So many times, I found myself stuck in the habit of procrastinating, postponing important tasks till last minute. I struggled numerous times to get things done on time because, well, things like watching TV or browsing the internet, binging on a series of cute puppy videos seemed more important at the time. As you've already guessed, this would usually end up costing me. The penalty to procrastination is very heavy. You lose out on precious time. And because you have to do every task in a rush, you miss some of the most precious experiences of working on something whilst being present. Many times you fail to grasp the lesson being taught by the discipline of completing that task on time. I got to a point where I was constantly burnt out. I earned the title unreliable for myself because my work was always rushed, substandard, and extremely low quality. Trying to catch deadlines without sacrificing my precious time to see more cute puppy videos. To be honest, I wasn't happy about constantly feeling behind and off my game. I knew I could change this. If only I could figure out how to stop procrastinating. As any problem, I started at the root, asking myself questions such as, why do I procrastinate? Why do I on some tasks lack the self-discipline to finish and accomplish my goal on time? I spend hours playing games and avoiding the task at hand completely. My quest led me to the following discovery, and maybe this might help you understand why you procrastinate and just how to stop procrastinating. The 3 reasons I was procrastinating. I found out that the 3 main reasons I was procrastinating were: 1. Lack of clarity. 2. Perfectionism. And 3. Fear of failure. I realized I mostly procrastinated on tasks that I did not understand how to do. Tasks or work I was not clear on why I was doing it. Confusion is one of the number 1 reasons of procrastination. Because when I wasn't sure how to complete a certain task, I would always find myself postponing. Listener Nichols had this to say about the power of clarity. When clarity meets your conviction and you apply action to that equation, your world begins to transform before your eyes. Brian Tracy also said, lack of clarity is the number 1 time waster. Always be asking yourself, what am I trying to do? And how am I trying to do it? 2. Procrastinating because of my obsession for perfect. I somehow thought it has to be perfect, and only then was it worth being shown to the world. But perfectionism is a dangerous state of mind in an imperfect world. Rather, strive for continuous improvement instead of perfection. I learned done is better than perfect. The sooner I put my work out there, the quicker I got feedback on how to improve than to sit on a project for months self-criticizing. 3. Fear of failure. Probably one of my biggest reasons. I was constantly thinking, what if it all fails and falls apart? But how can you know the outcome if you never actually put out your work? I learned to work with fear, to go ahead and follow my heart. I fulfill my dreams with fear present, hands trembling, heart beating. I learned to listen to that quiet voice, usually drowned by fear, that says, what if you do succeed, Enkromelle? Till today, I make decisions that frighten me, but regardless of my nerves, I put out my work and I trust that there'll be people who will appreciate my effort and contribution, no matter how small. Now that I discovered the 3 reasons I was procrastinating, I set out to make a change. I practice 3 simple habits to overcome procrastination. 1. I ask myself, what is truly important? By asking myself this question, I force myself to distinguish what matters and gain clarity on what I'm supposed to be doing. I learned this question technique from the book Essentialism, where Greg says, evaluate everything against the question, Is this the very most important thing I should be doing with my time and resources right now? The way of the essentialist involves learning to tell the difference, learning to filter through all those options and selecting only those that are truly essential. Second, clearing all distractions. I make sure I subject myself to the right environment that allows me to focus, cleaning out my space, getting rid of any clutter that allows me to just simply focus on my work. I then activate focus mode on my phone that mutes all social apps and silence calls for a certain amount of time. Then I lay my phone face down so that the notification light does not prompt me to look. This led me to my breakthrough. By working without any pings of calls, texts, or emails, and being in a clear space, allowed me to go for hours immersed in the task I was working on. I controlled my environment, understanding that there are always distractions if you allowed them. Third, in order to maintain this progress, my next challenge was tackling self-induced overwhelm. By being a perfectionist, I always tried to bite off more than I could chew. I wanted to do everything. I set unattainable goals that only ended up overwhelming me so much I wouldn't end up accomplishing anything. And yes, a task might be huge, but start with things that come naturally to you first and work your way towards the big stuff without overwhelming yourself. Divide the tasks to 3 at a time, or just 3 a day. Try achieve 3 things daily off your to-do list. This might not be the fastest route to finishing, but because you're biting off one chunk at a time consistently, before you know it, you would have accomplished your goal. You don't have to see the whole staircase just to take the first step. So here's my advice in summary. Get clear on your goal. Attain clarity on the task at hand. Resist wanting to be perfect and aim for progress instead. Even whilst trembling with fear, trust that quiet voice that says, what if you do succeed? Continue asking yourself when you get distracted, what is truly important? That will clear the distractions and help you to start taking action. This is how you stop procrastinating. I'd love to know how you guys have tackled procrastination. Share some of your stories and tips and how you overcame procrastination so we can continue to learn from each other as a community. And remember, don't let tomorrow find you in the same place yesterday left you. I really appreciate you guys checking out my video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Press the notification button so you can be alerted of my future videos. I would love to connect with you next time. Cheers.